Alrighty. Hello. Think up to the Hoy. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Good.
Yes,
good.
yes.
I have music on the background. Not sure how it actually plays and if it's still loud. This is the first time I actually try it out. So.
Oh, we're live. Whoa.
Yes, we're
hello.
live. Oh,
we're
yeah,
live.
boy.
Hey. I looked at Twitch. I was like, I just wanted to listen to the background music, and then all of a sudden I see my face. I was like,
yes. Hey. Baboom.
no countdown. So I don't know what the hell.
Oh shit! I don't have to put it on the background. They put the work hyperlink in the announcement post.
Wait, we have an announcement? Oh,
Discord, why you do this? Hold up.
No.
Yeah.
Did you make a Twitter post as well?
Yeah, I did. It was a quick one because I haven't thought about
today.
doing that.
Rocking the fireplace, yeah, that's really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just get the sounds a bit higher because now I think it's almost muted. It's actually jamming along. Holy shit! Okay, it's quite nice. I'm putting it a little bit lower, like this. There we go. Now I don't get blasted in my ears with music.
Okay. Whoa. All right.
What? Yeah.
How's the quality? Is it all good? How's the audio? I mean, since you're hosting, it must be good, right? You're the professional.
Well, Eric was supposed to go on a live stream today, only an hour ago. He's like, shit, I don't feel so good, so can you just go on my place? So I had to make it all quickly, man. I didn't have the profiles, but thankfully, I think we all fixed it. By the way, this is also the you always have on Netflix the campfire place.
Would you have those on Netflix? Isn't that YouTube or something?
Yeah, that was Netflix. What's it called again? Fireplace 4K. Yeah.
Fireplace 4K. That's really nice.
For an ultra crisp fire.
Really good.
Yeah.
I feel like this is like the highest quality video we've had.
It's because of it's my live stream now. I'm hosting it, so of course the highest quality of quality.
Highest quality from YouTuber, Wooting YouTuber Sander.
Yeah, boy. Okay, so welcome everybody. How is everybody doing today? It's almost weekend, so it's always going to be pretty fantastic, of course, because I mean, weekend is weekend. Unless you're going to work on a weekend, then it's a bit of a bummer, of course.
That'll be a real shame, yeah. A couple months to the release. When will the 5% versus be announced? That's really good. But then I saw you actually have, is it live, the banner that you have? Oh, I mean...
It's, yeah, actually Eric made this already. So we just log in and then wham, it's there. I didn't even expect it. Apparently he did the last live stream with this stuff too. And it's actually real time.
It's live?
Yeah.
Can somebody from the chat like maybe test it? Maybe place some orders and...
Yeah, and then every time someone plays an order, it's like, oh, I think I missed it. Can you do it again?
Yeah, exactly. But then, I mean, that's also going to be, I think, like the main topic at the start with the UwU launch, and it's fucking insane. Like I have to say, like I think we expected it to be, like there will be a lot of people interested in it,
but not as this much.
No. This is still like outside of what we predicted, I think.
Yeah, I mean, everybody placed a prediction, and like my prediction was like 1400, and that was already gone within a day. So that was pretty crazy.
Yeah. I was at like 2200. So yeah, we did this like prediction for like the first how many in the first 24 hours. I had 2200. And I thought that was already really high.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, if we get close, I would be so happy. But then just breached it. It was like, I think it was like 3,000 in a day or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. It was really quick. It's like also Tony. Tony had like his guess was like 400, and we've beaten that like in like the first 10 or 5 minutes or something.
Yeah, it's wild.
Oh my god. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, really, really nice.
So who's in the chat and actually pre-ordered the UwU already? Give me Wooting 68G now, please, pretty please.
Please.
No.
I see a lot of me. Yeah, pretty sick. Yeah, and
Nice.
also, yeah, we also released the first update video, I think 2 days ago or yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah, we uploaded an update video yesterday. Of course, we're still busy working on the whole the UwU. Still having the DVD sample soon. We are actually getting a new sample as well, and the buttons on the bottom should be working nicely. So
Very, very nice, yeah.
yeah, before it was always kind of stuck, and you had to press in the button like so far away. It's like, yeah, nobody's gonna do this shit, of course. So, but now it's actually good. Should be good.
Yeah, yeah, it looks really good. I mean, we've only seen the video from the factory so far, so and then I mean, it looks smooth, but then it's always kind of hard to tell until we receive it. But then I think the new samples are on their way, so I think once we receive them, we'll probably post some small videos on Twitter or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you know what's good? It's like with Twitter, we had nothing to lose because everybody lost their blue check mark, but we had never had anything to lose anyway. So.
Oh wait, yeah, I remember Calder subscribing like last month. Like, okay, we need the blue check mark as well, and now it's just gone anyway. So, well, I guess he did mostly for the features, but.
Wait, but then now when you subscribe, you don't get the checkmark anymore?
No, I don't think so. Only at least I saw like a headline of an article, like a news article, like, oh yeah, Elon Musk just removed all the blue check marks, besides the one he actually is paying for. So this like Stephen King and LeBron James or something, he's actually paying the blue check marks for them, and that actually shows off for some reason. I don't know.
Wait, but did we pay on the Wooting account for
that? We did. Calder did at least.
Oh yeah, we have a blue check mark. See?
Oh, we still have it?
Whoa!
But it's not the verification badge, is it? It's like the blue.
Yeah, because this account is verified because.
Okay, they still have it. Oh, I thought it was gone, but okay, it's still there.
Yeah. So I think the ones that are gone are the ones that basically didn't pay for it, and they were, quote unquote, well, important people. But now you can pay for it. You can pay to be important, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then anyway, oh yeah, with the update video, the only thing that I noticed with the update video, I don't really know exactly, is that the initial update video was 7 to 8 for the length, or 7:30 or something like that, and then everyone in comments like, yeah, you need to make it 7 to 7. What a missed opportunity. And Calder changed it. But I watched the update video before the live stream, and now it's 7 to 8 again.
Is it though?
Yeah. So I don't really know what happened. Yeah, and now people are angry again.
If I'm going into the video, it is 7 to 7. But if I look at my dashboard, it's 7 to 8.
Because on mobile, it's 7 to 7. Well, I mean, I watched the mobile design. It was 7 to. No, sorry. I watched it on my phone just now, and it was 7 to 8. And people in the comments are really angry because there's like people that are saying it's 7 to 7, and people that say it's 7 to 8, and then they say it's stupid that it's not 7 to 7. It's like
it's good for the engagement.
Yeah. So I'm thinking like maybe all update videos we should, like on purpose, we should make it like either 7 to 8 or 7 to 6.
Yeah, exactly.
And then people keep like being angry about it.
Good stuff. Also, someone mentioned it. Let me just scroll in the beginning. I saw it coming by. Rocky, when will the 5% wrist rest be announced for the UwU?
Yeah.
I don't think we will though, but who knows? I mean, I really can't tell because we haven't discussed anything about wrist rest for a UwU. Probably not gonna do it, but
no, probably not gonna do it. It's also very it's already very low device, so you're not gonna need a wrist rest.
Yeah,
and
it would be funny though.
For let's see, asking like if any of us play Austin, the answer is no. But that's why
nobody does. No,
but that's why like during the development we worked very closely together with some creators, specifically Tokaku.
Yeah,
and we involved her like through like every step of the design process, I would say.
A lot in the beginning, at least. In the beginning, when everything needed set up, from layout to size, whatever, we actually contacted Tokaku a whole lot. Yeah.
So that's also like, so yeah, we don't play ourselves. We're also not going to pretend like we're all of a sudden like massive OSF, like OSF players or something. That would be a little bit weird.
Yeah.
But then definitely had a lot of contact with people in the community, people that know a lot about it. And yeah, we also had like yeah, super good choice. Yeah, we were also very, very happy in working with her.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we definitely need people around us to actually guide us a little bit through, because I mean, yeah, we kind of, in the beginning especially, we were clueless to what it is. We knew the hype and we saw it, but it's like, yeah, I mean, you get PP points.
You do combo and a lot of clickies, yeah.
Yes. Press circles, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but then I think with Tokaku, because she made well, I mean, we already saw this video where she made her own keycap, which a keypad, sorry, which I thought was really funny, because like there was this, I don't remember the exact story. There was some drama with this keypad company that claimed they were doing everything but never delivered, and then she actually made her own in a week or so to kind of like show like, hey, it's not that difficult. Step up your game, kind of thing.
Yeah, the Lotus Pro, right? That was,
Yeah,
the
something
whole
like that.
fiasco.
Yeah. And and then she also made a very good video about the 6018. And what I really liked is that she went really, really in depth also on the technology, and also like I feel like it also gave like a pretty how to say, like a reasonable view, where it's not like, oh, this keyboard, you need to get it, blah blah, but more like, yeah, I mean, if you like these kind of things, you can get it. It's good. I think
Yeah,
that's kind of the conclusion of what I remember, and that was also nice. Nice to kind of see.
Really honest opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
Your TV is on fire.
Oh no.
Well, the TV is probably warm enough to keep the whole room. I'm not sure. Actually, I think OLED TVs are becoming really warm. I'm not sure. So at least I get some heat from it.
But now, yeah, now we just have to push it to the 10K, I guess. I don't know. No.
For the 10K, we have to go double now. So yesterday when we made the video was underneath the 5,000. Now we're actually over the 5,000 already. Holy shit! And
yeah, as well.
Yeah.
No.
I do
think.
No, go ahead.
Go for it.
Okay.
No,
I think once the samples arrive at the doorstep of all the influencers and creators and whatever, then people actually see like, oh, this is the device, how it's like, and yada yada yada. And then I think shit will go ham again.
I think so too. Yeah. And one thing that I really hope happens is that the RGB version gets a little bit more love, because like you can kind of see, like when it comes to the RGB version, you only really see, like most people have only really seen the pictures like on the page. Yeah. But then if you see it in real life, it looks really good. And I'm not just biased because it's more expensive, of course a little bit, but then I feel like we're really going all out with this RGB version. And also during the Woot-up, which was last weekend, which is like this is like the Wooting, sort of a Wooting event we had. I also talked with a few players that saw the RGB version in real life and also wanted to upgrade right away.
Yeah, exactly. It's mesmerizing, the RGBs. Of course, we're still working on some of the improvements on the RGBs. So now it actually has, how you say it, like you actually see like the dots, like it doesn't have like the smoothest of lightning yet in the bar, but we're working towards that to actually get it nice and smooth and elegant.
Exactly. Yeah.
But the thing is pretty bright, isn't it?
It's really bright, because like there's not that many as on a keyboard. Like we're able to kind of like pump more power into the individual ones, so we can make it really, really bright.
You guys, you don't need any lightning in your room anymore. The UwU will be sufficient. So it also saves you on some energy bills. So it's like a win-win.
It's a win-win, yeah. The only thing you'll need in your room is a fireplace and the UwU device.
Yeah.
I see that somebody posted this OSU event in the Brabanthalle.
Yes, the Brabanthalle. That's the COE. Yes, we are actually participating in that, and we're actually going to show off we should be able to show off, we will show off, because I mean it's already out there. So we definitely, I believe it's in July, so it's going to be early prototypes.
End of July.
But now we already had the prototype at Wootup that's actually functional. on its own. It's not perfect, but it is functional. So we definitely have some samples over at COE, so you guys can actually try it out as well.
Yeah, and I mean, especially by the time end of July, we should pretty much have just everything final.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
The plant production is the expect delivery time is mid-August. I mean, I'm always afraid to say a date.
I know it's August, but I'm not sure again
if
it's begin, early, mid, whatever.
Because this happened to me so many times where like I say something on the stream and then people are like, oh, but what's this?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
July
but Jeroen said now we actually have to ramp up
exactly,
production again because else.
Mark is here to kind of correct me. And okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have so many batches, like different batch names now that I don't keep track anymore. But then I mean by then like I think by then like we might
get old enough.
If everything goes according to plan, like people might even already have first delivery, especially in the Netherlands, because in the Netherlands it can go really fast. Because like once they arrive here and they ship out, they deliver in a day. So yeah. But then again, asterisk, big ass asterisk. Anything I'm saying right now is that stuff can happen. It's still even though like everything is going on schedule, like Calder said, it's still the first time we're making this product. And then one thing we learn with manufacturing is that shit can go wrong, and delays happen. So always keep that in mind, especially when you're pre-ordering something. Like we try to be as reasonable as possible as we can with the delivery date, but then it's still an estimation. Like we always say, okay. It's always expected. It's never, this is a set date.
This is also going to be the first product that I am actually with from the beginning, because the 60G was already just about done when I was in March. I was actually like having my internship, but I didn't follow you guys as closely as I am now, of course, with just actually working there. So it's fun to.
Yeah, because that was October before you. In October 2021, I guess, like before you started. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and I mean, like we were really able to push. I mean, for me, like the UwU video that we made, I mean, it's literally the most insane video we made so far.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's like not just like quality wise, but also just kind of the whole green screen adventure.
Oh, the green screen is so much fun. I love it. And we're still in the beginning of that. And the video, the UwU video, it's like, I'm not sure if we also said it in the last live stream, but we had to plan out the video in a short amount of time too.
Oh yeah.
So in 3 weeks in advance, like we gotta make a video. And then we had like all these crazy ideas of video effects and whatever. It's like, okay, this is not gonna work in 3 weeks. We need a whole lot more time for that. So hopefully we can make things even crazier. Maybe for the new product that we'll launch. I'm gonna say anything. Almost
new product. No, we're talking.
Almost.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the new product, we're gonna make things hopefully a little bit.
More new.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's also fun to see how like I feel like with every video we make, especially when it comes to, because these launch videos are really like videos we try to put a lot of effort into, but we also kind of like to go a bit crazier and a bit more professional. And because if you look back at like the original like like for good times you should watch like the Wooting one Kickstarter video sometimes.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah,
it's like both like the. So we went to a studio. I remember Calder went to a studio then, so at least the quality is okay.
Yeah.
But then like, there's a fire truck coming by, so sorry about that.
I don't hear it that much.
Okay, good. But then like Calder's presentational skills and also just the editing of the video and the pacing of the video is like pretty awkward. Like now looking back.
Yeah.
Because I think there's even like some points in the video where there's like no music for like 5 seconds.
Help. Yeah, but you guys recorded in the studio in Taiwan, didn't you?
Yeah, there was like I think like Calder found somebody that had a studio and also helped with the recording. So that's why like the video quality itself was good, but then like I would say like the general pacing of the video and like sort of Calder's presentation skills and the editing, like that's so much better now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's authentic. That's true. White balance wasn't a thing. See, I don't know who's typing, but then that's probably Erik or Calder. Wait, is it Calder supposed to have a fun day with
Let me see who's online on Slack.
yeah, exactly.
Calder is offline. Erik is online, so I'm guessing it's Erik. Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. But then also like the video itself already has 90,000 views, which actually it might even surpass the 60 at one point.
Who knows? Yeah, I mean it's gonna be online for a long time, of course. So we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be at the start of the thing, at the start of the. I mean, it's at the top of the page, so it's like.
Also, Rocky asked, like, would be nice to see some more renders of how the UwU with the brass case may look like. So we don't, of course, have anything specific now with them, the two of them connecting to each other. So we have a new sample coming in. Not sure when it actually arrives. I think next week, isn't it?
Yeah, it should arrive this week, I think.
Yeah. So we can actually try out to see how it looks like. And maybe Calder will share something on Twitter. I don't know. It's up to him.
The one thing that I already know with the brass case is that it's not going to be as shiny as in the
yeah,
picture.
No, that's the preview render. Yeah.
So we're kind of updating everything to be like a bit more accurate to how it is now, but we're still kind of playing around with that because like even though it's brass, like you still have like sort of like different. Like you can have slightly different colors, a slightly different texture, all that kind of stuff. So that's at least what I know, but then we'll keep people up to date when we know more. And the thing I'm also very curious about is like how heavy is it going to be? Like how is it going to change the feeling?
Gonna experience it, yeah. I suspect it's gonna be increasing a whole lot of heft.
Yeah. Okay, that's so.
Yeah. Maybe it makes all the difference in for the Oster players. Who knows?
Yeah, I think like definitely for like because like it's a very small device, and I would say like out of the box it's not so light that it feels like it does really, especially with weight. Like when it's too light, it kind of feels like a toy. So I would say like the standard edition like definitely has enough weight to kind of makes you feel like okay, this is actually a device. But then the brass case is really going to add some sort of like more oomph to it. So, triple the weight, exactly. So that's going to be. I'm also kind of curious to just. I mean, with these kind of things, you also kind of need to feel it, right?
Gotta experience it, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, will there be a garage sale soon? That's a good question, actually. I haven't thought about that we haven't really thought about it in a long time. Yeah, the thing is what a big change between like how we used to do things and how we do things now is that it used to be that we would ship all the stuff. So we had like a distribution partner in the US, but then all the stuff in the European Union and let's say outside of the EU, so the rest of the world, we would ship from the Netherlands ourselves. And that also means like if something comes back or there's an issue, it also come back to us. So it was very like we always kind of had a pile of things that were at one point like okay, now we can do a garage sale, which is just like okay, all these return products that are not like new anymore, or maybe there's some sort of return keyboard that we could just repair and that we could still use again. So there was like this sort of like feeling like okay, we should really do a garage sale now. But now we work together with fulfillment partners and they handle more things for us. So those return keywords are still there. They're just not as visible to us anymore, I would say. So I feel like that's why we don't really think about as much about the garage sale anymore. But I think we should still do it. Yeah, that would require you to do some tactical return ports. Yeah, that's as well. Yeah. So fulfillment center still complains when we exceed one pallet. Yeah, but then for those that don't know, we did a few times. We did like a garage sale in the past, and it basically means like any like return products that are not really suitable for selling as new anymore, we'll just kind of sell for a nice little discount, which both helps like clear up old stock, but also kind of helps a lot of waste because like for a lot of things like this is also I think a lot of people are not really that aware of is like so many companies have like pretty lenient return policies where it's like, oh yeah, just ship it back in 30 days. But most of that stuff just goes straight into the trash, you know, like that's quite normal for Amazon to just burn shit.
It's like it goes like Zalando and whatever. It's always like, I don't expect it to actually sell for new anymore. No. Just throw it away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they just throw it away. And that's why we had this like sort of idea where we do a garage sale where we sell all of the stuff that is returned. But then but then we still have them. We just kind of need to see like, hey, what would be a good time to do so?
We can make a point of it because next week we have the sprint. You sprint?
Oh yeah.
So we can actually put it in the timeline.
I think it's actually really good because yeah, I mean it's just kind of nice. It's just kind of nice for everyone. I would say like it's nice for us because there's just these things that we just otherwise I can't resell for new, so we just need to. Yeah, otherwise they just kind of get lost. And I think it's also nice for people to kind of be able to snipe some for like a good deal. Oh yeah. Mark said next week Thursday is actually King's Day. And it's like, you get out your rug and you sit in like your couch.
So if anybody wants to get the garage sale items, we will be having a nice carpet on the ground in front of the office of Wooting.
We're gonna do it in Friesland.
We're gonna do it in Friesland. Finally, it's somewhere around my area. I always have to travel for everything.
Yeah, everybody needs to drive for 1 or 2 hours.
Well, soon I'm gonna be in Groningen, and then I'm further away from everybody. Then it's like a 2-hour drive instead of 1.5. So it's gonna be quite something.
That'll be good. That'll be a good garage sale. Yeah.
And Kara Moses, I was the reason me and my 8 friends are getting a keyboard. Hey, thank you very much. I hope you guys, if it arrives, when it arrives, you guys will enjoy it. And of course, for those who don't know, the US.
Hey!
Yeah.
The US. What's going on in the US?
What's in the US? I don't know. No. We actually have stock in the US right now. So if you order a board, a 60HE, it's 60HE specific, let's just be clear with that. We are having stock with that in the US. So if you order a 60HE now, you actually get it within a couple of days. Just depends on location, of course. But yeah, it's in stock. So that's good stuff. And hopefully soon, Europe will follow.
Yeah, I mean, talking about something that hasn't happened since you started working or something there, that's in stock is definitely one of them.
Yeah, I have only experienced out of stock items.
Yeah. But I mean, it's actually a pretty big moment because like so long we've been sort of playing this catch-up game where like planning bigger and bigger productions, buying everything. Buying up as many like mini chips and stuff like where we could find them as soon as they were available, and also like just the challenge of planning more and more productions in parallel. I do find the catch up that's pretty insane.
Is there a chance I could get a Calder signature at CO?
Actually, I don't think so because he probably won't be there.
Well, CUE is multiple days, but I'm not sure if he maybe visits one day. Let me actually check that.
Oh, wait, Sunday says that according to the calendar, you'll also be on a holiday. So who's going?
Oh wait, is CUE in the... Oh shit, no! It's always the holidays. I didn't even pay attention for that one. Crap.
I think Calder will actually attend because he'll come back 30th of July. And from what I've seen for CUE, I haven't read too much into the event, but I saw it's like from the 30th to the 5th of August. I don't know if there's like different days with different things or anything, but I'm just saying there is a chance. Then
yeah, because I think we mentioned also to the guy we'd probably be there the Saturday or Sunday, probably. Most likely Saturday.
Okay.
Because we're gonna be just like one day. We have stuff laying there, and they're gonna keep an eye on it, like just make sure people don't steal stuff and stuff.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be probably one day because 7 days is too much.
Yeah. Afternoon. Well, one afternoon we will be there, but then the question is because Calder will arrive that Friday. No, well, in the calendar it says until Friday, but I'm not sure. Maybe his flight is actually in the weekend. So.
Oh yeah,
see
right.
how
With
that,
time zones and everything. Yeah.
how that works out. Yeah, but then we'll definitely try
Mm-hmm.
to attend with as many people as we can. I mean, considering it's in Netherlands anyway, then it's like, okay, you have me, Sander, Erik, Calder, Mark as well. So yeah, we can be there. Then yeah, talking about that in stock is just a weird feeling. Like it's also because one of the things that also that we see a lot online, where it's like a lot of people think, like, they still think that if you get a Wooting keyboard, you need to wait for half a year. And we have gotten this reputation where it's like, oh, you want Wooting keyboards? Sorry, if not, buy one for like $500 on eBay. And now I actually wonder if there's still like, because eBay is mostly in the US, if people still go to like eBay to buy it because they think like, hey, I can't get it from the website, and the website is just in stock.
But let me just check, just for sakes of it, if there's actually like any scalper still around. Probably will be.
Probably will be, yeah.
Well, I see one already sold at 189, which is kind of a little bit more than it's supposed to be. 188,
yeah, 175 is still normally for.
You definitely see the price is lowering, but some people are still trying to get some buck out of it. But I wish them much luck. So if you're planning to buy a 68G, just order it from a shop. Don't go to eBay. I wouldn't even if you would have to wait for it, I would never actually just buy from eBay, because I don't know, it always seems a bit shifty.
Yeah, super shady, yeah. But but then but one side note is that we have stock now in the US, but it's not going to last for very long. Like so
that's also the reason why we don't do any promotions just yet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're keeping it kind of like, how to say, we're keeping the message kind of contained, where it's like, okay, if people watch the stream, or maybe we'll talk a little bit about it on Discord or something, but then we're not going to throw out any newsletters, or maybe we'll make a Discord announcement, not sure.
Yeah,
because it's probably going to sell out again before we reach the next batch, which should arrive. Mark?
Help, Mark?
Help. Yeah. But that's en route. Okay, well, en route. Okay. I mean, in the US it is fast, so
yeah. So I guess it could keep up. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I mean, what we have now, it's probably gonna last a week. So even if it goes back on pre-order, it's probably gonna be max 1 week. So actually, I would say the US is pretty much on stock from this point.
Yeah. And also, of course, we don't do any announcements. Purely, of course, the EU is not in stock yet. So if we're gonna say like, oh, it's gonna be in stock, some people might think like, oh, it's gonna be in stock in EU too. Then they look in EU, and then they gonna be like, what is this? And then they will write another support ticket, and then Mark is like, god dang, I just already have so much stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's also
yeah, because in the EU it says stock expected 18th of May, so mid-May.
Yeah,
but that's I mean it's still longer than you would want, but it is 3 weeks, so it's not as crazy anymore.
Yeah.
So EU is 3 weeks. NA is in stock, max 1 week, maybe next week somewhere. So I would say like we're getting very, very close.
Yeah. Good stuff. Also, I saw a question about Wootomation. When there actually going to be a new feature in Wootomation?
Wootomation?
Probably up close with the process of that.
Yeah, so with the Wootomation, like we had like 2 interns working on it, David and Gang, and they really pushed this sort of like first release. And then we had David working on some like bug fixes mostly. But then we're kind of at a phase now where we have David working some other stuff, Gang also working on some other stuff. And so I don't really have a good idea about when we're going to have a new release. But then what I would definitely recommend is to kind of keep annoying us about it. Like if there's something missing about it that you would like to see, like you just like open the issue, ping people on Discord, because like it is kind of like on how to say, it is kind of on a basis where it's like, okay, once people start asking more things, then we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
But there's no like active push from us behind it, because there's also there's a lot of other things. So that's kind of like where we're at with the Automation, where it's like, okay, if we get a lot of questions, and I mean, especially if we get like contributions, because it's open source anyway, then we'll always like try to take a look as fast as we can. But then there's no big timeline behind it. There's no big push behind it at the moment. Yeah. So if you want to see something, then yeah, just let us know exactly what you want to see.
When will we get a good coiled cable from Wooting for the Wooting 60G?
Working on it.
Mark has already answered, but let's just answer it also for on the stream, because some people might not look at the chat. And also, I thought like, let's record this video, because this might actually be able to get posted on YouTube too. So maybe people don't see the chat, of course, so that may be handy dandy. So yeah, we have samples from a few different manufacturers. And yeah, it's still working out like what's the best, yeah, just back and forth at all that stuff. So
yeah,
we don't have specific dates yet when we're gonna release it, but hopefully just soon enough. Yeah. We can't give too much on that. No.
Yeah. I think we're still figuring out some things about how, because like even though it's like so when it comes to the coiled cable, there's the sort of like important part is the coil itself, but then there's also this thing with the connector. But there's also this thing is like, okay, where do you put the connector? Do you put it as close as possible to the Type-C connector? Do you put it before or after the coil?
Yeah.
And there's like some trade-offs to make there. And I think we're pretty sure about who we're going to work with for the cable, because we found a really good manufacturer that makes very high quality cables. But then I think what we're still doing at the moment is to kind of like finalize that configuration, where it's like, okay, we're going to put this connector here because that makes the most sense, and also finalizing the colors. Although I'm actually not 100% sure about that one, but those are still the details that we're working on. Yeah. But I do think like once we get that done, and there's probably this thing with the packaging as well. But once we get that done, I think it should be able to move very quickly, because it's not a difficult product to make.
Yeah.
So I hope, but then it's also like, it's kind of it's really hard to prioritize because we have the UwU and some 60G extras that we're working on, and then there's also this big secret thing that we're working on that people at the Wood Up got a little tease about that we're not supposed to talk about. So the cable, like we're working on it, but then it's also not the highest priority.
Exactly. Yeah.
No. What's
Still
the cap?
have limited resources to allocate to all the things, because we don't have a huge company, of course, with thousands of people in it.
Yet? No.
Yet. Next year, let's go 1,000.
Yeah. This might be interesting to also talk about a little bit, because but to answer the question, the cap is a cap of a university my wife went to. I just like kind of like it because it's blue.
I mean, it's basically for the caps for the year. A lot of people, you also wear the New York Yankees caps everywhere. Yeah. It's like baseball. I don't know.
It's like they like New York.
Yes.
Yeah, but then talking about that sort of like hiring struggles, like the thing that really exploded in the last 2 weeks or so. It's a little bit behind the scenes, but then if you follow us closely, maybe you might have noticed like more people complain on Discord and stuff. It's like customer service is absolute bonkers at the moment. Like we just get so many questions and so many people with the questions about their orders, and there was also this for sort of like really great combination of Easter holiday, UwU launch, and then the Woot Up, which included the company event, which we haven't even talked about. But then all these that kind of made sure that all the tickets piled up like crazy. And this last week, it was pretty much just everybody that could answer emails, just try to answer as many emails as you can.
Exactly. even though a lot of us are not in depth in the systems like Mark is, and
Yeah.
so those who can answer more the simpler questions than the regular questions, then we can do it. Of course, like me, I can do those things.
Yeah.
But a whole lot of things like changing orders, canceling orders, refunds, that's all things that still has to be done by Mark and Anders and those who are actually regularly working in the customer service and not by us, because I don't know.
It's and it's also a bit tricky because like there's also like different things to keep in mind, and with taxes and that's but then so it's also kind of crazy because we already have 4 people. They don't all work full time, but then they all work very hard on it, just on like answering emails and also just changing stuff in order. That takes a lot of time. But then this is also what I wanted to kind of jump into to really like point out is like we're hiring. We're actually hiring for a lot of stuff. And Mark already posted the link I saw just now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 positions open, and we're gonna probably add another 3 or 4 very soon. So especially if you live in Taiwan, Netherlands, or Denmark,
maybe we could find a buddy for. Oh, that is. Oh wait, hold up. What happened? Why is Jeroen gone? Jeroen. I think Jeroen just pressed away the. God damn it. Jeroen!
I'm back.
I need you, man. You're back. Why is your resolution different now? The webcam.
Is it different?
You got a black bar. Oh, yeah. No.
I only have one.
Do you have like a 4:3 aspect ratio set?
Eh? I don't know. I just use
black bars. I know what I can change it. I can just zoom you in, and then it's like, okay, bye. Yeah, the Norse ghost struck him down. But yeah, I mean, there are some positions open. Check it out. If you're actually keen to join us, you feel free to join us. Also, Anders needs a buddy in Denmark, so we gotta get him a customer service buddy. Just about your keyboards, is the 68G the fastest input version you have? I believe so. Oh, there we go. Yeah, hello. Hey.
Answer is yes.
Yes, I have to manually actually activate you again. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna wait till he joins, and then it's like, it doesn't join, so... Okay, hey, welcome back.
Wait, it's all good now, right?
Yeah, it's all good now, yeah.
Okay, because I really want to say about the positions where, like, we have these 4 on the website right now. Actually, the customer service in Taiwan, kind of done at this moment, but then still always looking for more. And we're also looking for people to help with like we don't really know how to describe this yet, but basically arranging and keeping track of things, and especially when it comes to shipments, inventory, that kind of stuff. So more like it's a little bit accounting, but then more for basically, if you like Excel and spreadsheets, then this is the job for you. That is one that we're really looking for. And the other thing that we're really looking for is, or we're going to look for, is like sort of like UI UX kind of person, because like we have more and more developers that can implement things, but then now we're actually reaching a point where we also need people to kind of think a bit more about what to develop and how that is going to look like, because before that was always Eric's job. But then Eric is also getting a lot more responsibilities right now, and that's also okay. So Mark says project management and logistics, but I'll just call this somebody that really likes to work with spreadsheets. And this is his job for you. And and the other thing is like, yeah, we're gonna want to have a UI UX kind of person that can kind of like look at our store, look at the utility, Look at the customer portal, like the hub you can log into, and then just kind of be very critical about, okay, what is the flow of these kind of things, and how can we do it better? Because we have a lot of people that can implement things, but we also gonna need more people that kind of think about how to make these kind of things better, and then also a bit more eye for design and for user, what do you call that? User experience, I guess.
Yeah.
So as Erik is in the chat right now, he's gonna be like, yeah, it's user experience designer. I think that's a word I remember that describes it quite well.
Not sure if Erik is there anymore because the last 2 comments is what I posted.
Oh, okay. I was still kind of sure, like, oh, I see Wooting live.
Oh, Erik is still here, so nice. But no, I think he's gone. Yeah, Erik doesn't feel is a bit sick, so I think he's just be chilling now. Yeah.
There's one more that I don't remember at the moment, but then
also the Fun Snatcher. Yes, the 60H is the fastest input we currently have. Yeah.
Oh, and one final thing about careers is that if you're a student and you're looking for an internship, send us an email. Don't be afraid. Send us all the emails, because like, I have to be honest, we don't respond to everything, but we definitely read everything, and we're very interested to kind of like to do like internships or those kind of things. And I feel like we don't really get that many. I feel like we probably have a lot of people that are students that are looking for stuff. So please send us an email.
Yeah. Someone also asked, I've heard that cables with those special connectors limit the polling rate. Is that true?
That is not true. No. Okay. So those cables with the special connectors, they're not going to have any impact on your performance, especially not when it comes to polling rate, because it's kind of like, I don't know if you're familiar with like the whole like HDMI gold HDMI cables, that kind of crap, whereas like, because it's all digital signals, it doesn't really make any difference anyway. And the same is kind of true for USB cables, whereas like if you have a gold plated USB connector or some sort of like a connector in between, it's not going to make a difference.
Yeah.
The only thing is going to make a difference in, and this is also something that we experience with our keyboard, is that if your cable is very long and not very high quality, you might experience issues with like high power usage, especially with our keyboard, because there's some tricky things with reading all the sensors and making sure it's accurate and blah blah blah. So I think you probably saw that issue, but that's not necessarily because of the connector. That's just because a cold cable, because it goes around, it's essentially a very, very long cable. And if that cable is not high quality, like, it could cause issues with your USB devices. So it's not necessarily about the connector, because the connector is still a very short connection, so it's not going to impact much. It wants a UI designer over UX designer. I mean, there's so many of these terms.
We don't even know anymore.
We don't know. No. The way I see it is kind of like, we just need a person that has a very good eye for user interactivity, and kind of like think about, hey, if I use this website, if I use this app, this is utility, how can we do it? How can we make it easier for the user? How can we make it more accessible? How can we make the flow smoother? And how do we make it look even nicer? I guess that's the role, and whatever you want to call it. Webcam engineer needed. Yeah, exactly. We actually already covered a lot of stuff. How?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
And they said no jobs for the Aussies. I mean, you're always free to do an open, how you call it? Open call. So
open call, yeah.
Send us a message, and maybe, who knows? Can't promise anything, of course, but I mean, you can always shoot your shot.
Yeah, but I do have to say, well, I mean, you can always do it, but then coming from Australia, it is going to be a bit difficult because of the time zone difference. So we are used to working with people in Taiwan, which is +6 hours. But then we still have some overlap where it's like, okay, if it's our morning and we start at 9, it's there at 3 p.m. So there's still some overlap in the normal working hours. But then I think Australia is +9 or +10 compared to the Netherlands. Like, it's even further. So then it's really like, okay, we start, and then their day is literally...
Yeah, it's +10, yeah.
Yeah. So then you get like Oh, okay. So you're on the west, more like western side, I would say. I guess. Yeah. So then it's +8. Is it GMT +8 or versus Netherlands? Because that's also different. There's 1 hour there. Because then it's pretty similar to if you're close to the Taiwan time zone, then it's definitely worth a shot.
Yeah.
So then you should. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, if you're in Perth, then it's good. Yeah.
Hey,
because then
you're
pretty much the same as. Yeah. Send the email. Yeah. But then I have to say, like we get a lot of applications now. We try our very best to respond to at least like every single one of them, but then we do read every single one of them. That is for sure. Yeah.
Hey, you finished your 60G. Let's go. Curious what you how you will think of it. Customer service only for Netherlands / Denmark only. I mean,
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And there's actually a good reason for that. Is that before we would kind of like don't really care about where people come from with hiring, but then the more we have hired people, the more it kind of becomes a problem where it's like if we hire a person in a new country, what they essentially need to do is we need to hire them as a contractor. And what that means is that let's say you work with Wooting from Australia, you're going to need to set up like a sort of like a small business in Australia and then send us invoices for the salary you receive. And that kind of works, but it has a few problems, which is one is that it gives you it adds a lot of overhead for you, which is like, okay, you need to set up this business, you need to send invoices, you need to have some sort of bookkeeping, even though it can just be an Excel sheet, but there's still some overhead. But there's actually an even bigger problem is that the Australian government is going to at one point kind of see you as like, hey, there's just this single party you just send invoices to all the time. Like let's say you do it for a year or a few years. Then they at one point they start to notice that you're not actually an independent contractor, you're just an employee. And then I'm not exactly sure like what's going to happen. I just know that they don't like it. And that's just something that we can't really do for a very long period of time without like running some risk, let's say. And we haven't really had, let's say, complaints about it yet, or like it happened to anybody, but that's definitely it's something we've been warned for, and something that's why it's not really feasible in the long term. And if we want to hire somebody from Australia, what we should be doing is like set up a local sort of what's going on. Fireplace, no.
Oh. There we go. Fireplace Classic. Let's go.
Fireplace Classic number 2. But then can you actually play? Okay, wait. Let me actually finish. I'm almost done with the story. Yeah. You find it different. I'll just finish the last sentence because I'm almost done with this. Is that if we want to do it well, we need to set up a local representative office in Australia and hire you as an employee. And to just do that for one person is just not really worth it. So that's why, like, especially for a role that there are some ways to get around it, but that's very expensive. So that's why like we try to limit it to the Netherlands and Denmark and also Taiwan, because that's where we have or will have representative offices.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the full story. Does Wooting have a partnership affiliate program? Yeah, we do.
We do. We don't have everybody in there as in creators. You need to have a decent size of your channel if you want to participate in the affiliate program. Because Calder has to do all the things manually.
Yeah, there's some problems there in the processing.
Yeah, exactly. So for now we don't have an automated system, so we don't really accept everyone just yet. But if you want to actually apply for it or whatever, just send a message or a mail to social@wooting.io. And then Mark or whoever will just check it to the right person.
Wait, doesn't this go to like the marketing forum?
Yeah, marketing forum. Sorry, yeah, it's marketing forum.
Oh, like, I don't know how you do it. It's more your thing, I thought.
Yeah, exactly, it is. But I'm so used to still the old program because we're switching over to Help Scout, and it's like, whatever, doesn't matter. Because Mark still had to check it to me, but now it's actually, the forum actually goes to me. So
Yeah.
fill in the marketing form on the contact page of Wooting. So wooting.io/contact, I believe.
Yeah,
Let me just
I'll
give you the
send
link.
that.
Makes it a whole lot easier.
So yeah, I sent. Oh wait, I need to log in. Okay, can you send it because this
Yeah, I'll
even though I'm
send it.
saying I
Yeah,
need to log in.
that's the one.
Can somebody send me to the future? Somebody send me to the
What?
UwU delivery date.
Who would live there?
Yep.
What?
Oh, somebody says like, can somebody send me to the future? Thanks. And then I was like, okay, UwU delivery date. But then, I mean, this is a very good point that Blaze says. There's also a little bit different about like the affiliate program and sort of like who we send keywords through. But then, regardless, in general, we really look at sort of like the quality and also like the what do you call this, like affinity or like how it's aligned with what we do.
Yeah, it has to be a match in what we are actually looking for.
Yeah,
So sometimes we have channels with a shitload of views reaching out. They have maybe like 1 million subscribers, and then you think like, wow, that's pretty much.
yeah,
But then they just post random meme videos, and it's like, yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
we don't really care about that. So then it's like,
yeah,
no, even though they have like 500,000 views a video, we still say no.
yeah, yeah, exactly. But
We
we have also
do.
sent a lot of keywords to like a challenge with like a few thousand subscribers or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that, right?
definitely, definitely. If you, what I at least expect, so what my process is pretty much is I'm looking at the channel. So okay, first check, does he have a lot of views? And if he has a lot of views, but it's still in the area what I'm looking for, but the content quality is okay, but you still have a lot of views and engagement, then we can still arrange something. But let's say you're a small channel, but the quality of the videos are bellissimo. Then we can actually make an exception and like, oh yeah, sure, we can send it over. If you have like maybe you have videos that actually have really high quality, explain everything really well and detailed, and you have only 300 views, no problem. Then we can send you over a bot as well. But I at least want to see a portfolio. So not only one video, 2 videos, and 3 videos, but actually like 10 videos at least. And you got to be
Mm.
active on your channel because some people reached out, they have like a channel which is already like a year inactive. Then it's like
Yeah,
a risk for us. Like, do we send the board over? Because if we do, then we might not see anything because you're already inactive. The motivation might not be the greatest. So,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Oh, actually, something happened to me earlier this week when I was answering emails where there was this guy that sent the email and he was like, "Yeah, I have a YouTube channel with like he had like 600,000 or even 1 million subscribers
Yeah.
and send me the board." And I opened the channel and there was nothing. Like it had the
No
subscriber count
videos.
that he said,
Yeah.
but there were just no videos.
Well, then,
And
then we
I
can't
was
do
kind of
shit.
thinking, how does that happen? Did he just delete everything?
I guess he put everything on a list that maybe he wants to make a fresh start or
Right.
I don't know. Everybody has their own reasons, but I
Yeah.
think they will just do like a fresh start, or they bought
Hot subs.
subs and
Yeah,
bought
yeah.
it, whatever, and it's like, wow, I got so many subs, and then everybody's
But then
like, oh
don't you
yeah,
still
let's
need
just
videos then? That's also kind of
what you say?
don't you still need videos if you want to buy subs? I
Yeah,
mean, I guess you can unlist
definitely.
them and stuff, but
I'm
then
not gonna send
yeah, bought
stuff
an
to
account, yeah.
someone with a lot of subs and no content. There's a lot of channels reaching out like
Yeah.
that, and then it's like, yeah, I mean, I want to at least get a feeling for the content that you're posting before I send anything over.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but this was so bizarre because there was just nothing. And then I also think like if you send that message and you go like, "Well, I have 1 million subscribers," you
Yeah, they
also
sometimes do that
understand
too.
that if
Yeah.
we open it, like we can see there's no videos, right?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think? We'll still go like, "Whoa, what the fuck? Wow, it's so popular."
Yeah, exactly. Or
Yeah.
generally just like botted videos anyway. So then there's a
Mm.
channel, you just like maybe 50,000 subscribers. Then you're like, okay, that's a good amount of subscribers. And then you check his videos, like, oh, 12,000 views. That's pretty good as well.
Yeah.
Then most companies, a lot of companies, probably the those who are not really that much looking into it. So probably like when I reached out as personally as a technical YouTuber, tech YouTuber, the regular Chinese companies who don't want to deal a lot with the marketing stuff, they just check your views, subscribers. Sometimes only the subscribers is enough, and they just send you samples.
Right.
But I actually check in also like how are the videos performing? And I noticed on one channel he got like 12,000 views. Like, damn, that's pretty good. But I saw the video and there's like 20 likes, 0 comments. And
Mm.
then it's like, hold up.
Hold up. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Kind of sus, dude.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so then
Yeah.
they get denied as well. And sometimes it's like, oh, you got so much views. But yeah, you still, I mean, kind of
Yeah.
suspicious though.
Yeah. Like through Bad Seed. I mean, Bad Seed is like the perfect person to make video for us. That's kind of
Yeah.
like the best it gets because he gets good amount of views, like very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
But also like because he has been, how to say, let's just say he's been such a good person for so long. He also like his audience also really trusts what he says, and for good reason. He's just an overall great guy. We also,
Yeah.
I mean, not me personally, but I know we, especially guys, interacted with him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Just very solid dude, very fun videos. And what I also really like about Bad Seed is that um, there was this period that there was. I feel like there was this sort of wave of creators a few years ago, let's say 3 4 years ago, that kind of popped off mostly on like mouse things,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of them have kind of tried to get more into keyboards,
Yeah.
but then they kind of kept everything the same, and it didn't really work so well. But what Batsy did is he made like a lot of videos and Twitter posts about him just kind of asking for feedback, like, hey, where do I kind of go from here? What do I buy? Like how does all this crap work?
Yeah.
And he's kind of been like working at that for a few years, and that's why his keyword videos are so good now because he was really open to a lot of feedback, asked a lot of questions, and also earned. I feel like also earned a lot of credit that way with his keyword videos.
Yeah.
And yeah, overall, just very
And
solid
his
guy.
quality of content is just
Mm. Yeah, it's really good, and the quality
really
of his
good.
beard is just
Yeah, the beard
another
is like
level.
mainly like 80% of the reason why we sent a sample over.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
uh,
I wonder if he's coming to Computex this year. That would be pretty sick. Maybe we can make something together. Hmm.
I'm not a Computex.
Oh, so sick.
Oh, I'm so sad,
So how
like
are we gonna make videos?
I don't know, man. Everything
Yeah,
with the phone.
yeah, yeah.
Is Eric actually going to us? Only you and Calder.
I think so. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, yeah. Of course, like the people from Taiwan will also be there.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
No Blaze the channel. Kylie Jenner is not the well. She has a lot of views.
there's a lot of views. Yeah, yeah. That's kind of more like a shotgun approach, right? Like
Yeah,
the reach is so big that you're just kind of hoping that something somewhere will stick, but then
yeah.
it's not really.
Not really
Yeah,
close to it. There's like, fuck it, we'll just chuck it over for the shit of it. Then maybe something comes out of it, but it's a really rare occasion. Yeah,
yeah. And you need to pay a shit ton for like anything.
definitely. If they ask money, then you're gonna be broke.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe Kylie Jenner has some cousin somewhere that likes with the keyboard. I don't know.
Maybe she'll just be gaming. It's like, oh, I need this wooden keyboard. Let me just reach out because I definitely
Yeah,
don't have the money to buy one keyboard.
right. Maybe she's a OS player and just oohs all over the place. Who knows?
Oh, yeah, true.
Hey.
I don't think she even is able to hit the keys with because she has like probably like the longest nails ever, like the fake nails, like
Yeah.
crashing all the way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a lot of oohs. Yeah, that is a lot of oohs. Yeah. Um,
Do you guys ever worry that some gaming companies might consider your keyboards as cheating since no other keyboard company is doing what you guys are doing? No. No, we don't worry about that. Well, we had like the whole OS debacle with oh yeah, the keyboard is cheating and just like Trackmania, but it's like you gotta be always going forward with the times. You gotta make some new stuff instead of like sticking to the old stuff. I mean, it's so easy to make a keyboard. You just ask a manufacturer, probably like, oh, I want this keyboard, regular ass case, put it in, and because the people want it. Just like the gaming chairs, like a shitload of gaming chairs went out in like within a few years, so many of
oh
them,
yeah,
but they're
yeah,
not good for you. But people want them. There's like, okay, let's just quickly go on the hype train, put them out, and yada yada yada. But nobody, I mean. a lot of companies could have done the same thing that we are doing, because they have a shitload of people working for them.
Yeah.
So many creative ideas that can come out of it, but they just don't do it because, I mean, just pumping out new keyboards, whatever, every time is just making the most money. Then
Yeah, it's like stick within the cycle.
yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, there's some exception. I think Mark also mentioned this one with the Trackmania, but that was a bit more specific because it was kind of like, what was it again? I don't remember exactly. There was something with like using a controller and keyboard at the same time to give some advantage. Okay, I don't remember. But then, especially when it comes to like what we sort of like mostly are focused on now with just faster input and better response with rapid trigger, there's no like, how to say, there's no like special trick going on, because at
No.
least like before, when we would focus more on like the analog and the controller side, you could say, well, you're combining a keyboard and a controller, and that's cheating, right? Okay, sure. But
Mhm.
then I can at least understand that angle a bit more.
Yeah.
But then going, hey, my keyboard is more responsive and it just allows me to respond faster and like more in line with my movement with rapid trigger. That's not cheating. That's just better. That's
Yeah,
just,
exactly.
yeah. That's just more in line with like how you want to play, right? So it's
It's basically just that there is a limitation beforehand, and
yeah,
we fix the
exactly.
limitation. That's it.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
nothing more.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like we
So
attach cheat engine to every key of a keyboard or something.
yeah. It's like, oh, is a 134 hertz monitor cheating? No, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah. Oh, drifting. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. So you really have to play with the analog curves, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's more about this sort of like keyboard controller combination,
Mhm.
and I would say like if you find like creative ways to do so, like it could be considered cheating, but then faster input, rapid trigger, no, that's just I don't know. It's just the future, right? Like this is just what
Yeah.
keyboard's going to be like, especially if you want to play competitively.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just like with frame rates going higher, with refresh rates going higher, with keyboards and mouses being faster and faster. That's just
It's just the way it is.
it's just the way it is.
And
Yes,
also
this.
the whole tech industry, it always goes forward. Always.
That's for sure. Yeah, and that's also going to be a very interesting sort of. I mean, for us, it's a challenge, right? Whereas like we have not really like. Well, I mean, other people can also make what we do, and also especially with the OS community, a lot of people also do that right now with the keypads. So I mean, now we're still like in a place where it's like, okay, we're the only keyboard that does this, but that's not going to stay forever. So also when it comes to that cheating aspect, at one point there's just going to be more and more keyboards that do this.
Exactly, and then it's just, oh, okay. It's just everybody is able to get this, I guess.
Yeah, and we just need to make sure that we stay sort of like ahead of the curve, with making it better, getting finding new ways, new games,
Always innovate. Yeah.
Yes. Always fireplace.
Also, we got a new subscription from the Fun Snatcher. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the subscription. Subscriber
thank you.
Prime. That's very nice. How many subs do you actually have? Do you know?
I can get it somewhere probably. Let me just have a tab with subscriptions. Let's see.
And now you get the special emotes,
No,
which
that's our
includes
subscriptions.
Kevin the teacher. LOL, Simon surprise. And the epic legger Wooting rant.
Let's see.
Wooting rant is really good.
Analytics overview. We have 3 subscriptions. In the last 30 days then. I think that's all of them pretty much, I think, yeah.
I think like at one point we did have more, where we had like sort of like a surprising amount. But I think that was just like when we just started having subscriptions enabled. Yeah. I think at one point we had like 20 or maybe even more. And I was kind of like, why would people do this? But it makes more sense that we have 3.
I
Because
had
like
like my own streams when I still streamed. I had like one guy that was always going ham with gifting subscriptions. It's just like I had only like 10 subscriptions on my channel. And it's like, okay, that's cool. And all of a sudden it's like one guy, oh, let's just gift like 50 subs in the channel. Bwam. It's like, what the fuck? Okay, thank you. But that also makes me allowed me to get more emotes, so that was good.
Yeah.
And now, of course, it's just back at 0 again. I do kind of want to stream again, but for another day
but
when
we
I
only,
finally
I mean,
move.
we only stream once every 2 weeks for 1 or 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, and are you gonna drop like call around emotes in like some sort of like XQC chat or something, which is like, yeah, wait. Wooting Mouse. I see Wooting Mouse. I see Mark already responded a few times, which is like, and this is also the case. We're just very focused on keyboards right now. Like we're actually not working on. Yeah, we're pretty much not working any other peripherals. Not saying we never will, but then we still have like so many ideas about how to make our keyboards better, different form factors, and also just building up accessories around it as well. Because like we just see that even in just keyboards, a lot of things can still be done a lot better. When it comes to cables, like with the coiled cable, for example, which are in general very, very low quality. PBT keycaps, especially in different languages, especially in the EU, can be done a lot better. 60% cases, especially now that the TOEFL case is
that's
for some reason they just stopped doing it.
Yeah,
and
it's kind of weird.
Version 2, which has no good compatibility, which is very strange.
Yeah, because first we were like with the 60% case, it's like the regular TOEFL was still ongoing, I think, when we actually started with it. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So we
still
like wanted to have an own offering where you can actually attach the strap to, and all of a sudden it's gone. It's like, okay, now we actually do have to get it together, because I mean, what else are you gonna get? I mean, you have plenty of other options, of course, but yeah, TOEFL was amongst the most popular ones.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's also very good, just very good price quality. Or price. No, not price. Wait, what? Yeah, price quality. Yeah. So that's. Wait, what else are we? Yeah, just more and more good stuff.
You guys should do some more gaming streams with keyboard cam at Satana.
I mean, I think we have done it a few times. I don't really know.
You guys have done it in the past. I was not when I was actually started working at Wooting, but I think you guys had like gaming evenings with live streams and whatever, and before I was there.
I think it's also like it's pretty hard to keep it engaging for a long time. I think because like now what we do is just okay. We have this talking stream for like 2 hours, and then I think it's still pretty. Like that's fun to do once every 2 weeks. But I think like when you gaming, I feel like you need to put in quite a lot of time to kind of like really play a game for a long time, and then you're not gonna have so much engagement, I think, and people are not gonna be very interested for a long time. And also like you also need to play a game and also do the chat at the same time, which is very intense.
I mean, yeah, the engagement has to come from both sides, and then that's when I used to stream myself. It's a lot of fun to do, definitely, and you definitely need an engaging chat to make you all active and pumped up as well. Because if it's like gonna be like 0 interactions, like you're just gaming and that's it, because you have nothing to respond to. But then again, you can just play with friends, and then you always have like some kind of activity. But it's pretty draining with energy, that's for sure. And I see, by the way, 6 years ago, I just came across it because I was looking also for quiz answers for Wootup. And there's actually a live stream of Calder playing Overwatch on the Wooting YouTube channel.
Really?
Yeah, 6 years ago.
That's old then. Yeah.
So if you sort by like the oldest videos, it's like about the 6th oldest video on the live stream tab.
Yeah,
it's actually with Calder.
I think we
experimented
a little bit with that, doing that. But then I think it's also like I mean,
It also has to
it's
be a
like,
bit in
why
your
would you watch us
nature.
play? I mean, it's much more fun to watch like people that like are really like some of us are good, but not like pro players or anything, right? So that's
Right.
also yeah. So it has to be more. So I think if you would do gaming streams, it really has to be more like, oh, you could do like gaming things together with the community.
Right. Yeah.
But then I think we have done that. But then the problem you run into is that, okay, are you focusing on like the game, or are you focusing more like the Twitch chat? It's really hard to divide that attention as well.
Yeah, it's gonna get a good mix, but I
Yeah.
mean, if you're gonna have like fun, just put your personality a little bit in and go a little bit crazy. It doesn't have to
That's
be
true.
good, because I had a lot of streams too that was like utter shite, but people just loved it because I was utter shite.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's good.
It
Yeah.
always depends a bit on the reactions. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we should reconsider it sometime.
Uh,
I just think that, especially with how we do the stream right now, it is literally like I came home like 2 minutes before starting the stream because it just didn't
I was
talk
scared.
over.
I thought I was the only one who's gonna live stream. It's like, what am I gonna talk about?
Yeah.
You guys, you, Eric, and Calder is like the man of the knowledge,
Mm. You mean?
and I'm just the random guy talking smack.
Yeah, but you should also know a lot because like you're always involved in updates, so you get all the background, right?
Yeah, now I'm actually editing the most of the updates. Yeah, I mean Eric usually did those before. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's also just a matter of like how much effort do we need to put in to make it fun, and like how much time and effort, because like what we do right now, there's very little, which is also what makes it very nice, and it's also just kind of fun to do. But then to really do like big gaming stream, that requires quite some setup to do it well. Otherwise, it's just gonna suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, overestimate our ability instead. Yeah, you also need to kind of know what you're doing, because otherwise you're just gonna embarrass yourself on stream. I guess that's also fun, but yeah.
I mean, just like the thing you say, like Valorant Counter Strafe, it's like I don't really use that a whole lot. I barely played Valorant anyway. Like when I play shooters, it's usually CS:GO. And it's like Valorant's always just slightly, it's about the same, but slightly different. And then it's like, you gotta try things out. But like before, I was always so much invested in gaming. It's like 24/7 game. I go to school, come back home, I was gaming. Go back to school, go back home, gaming continuously. And when I was living on my own, like for 1 year, I was like gaming throughout the night and day. It's like, I didn't do anything else than gaming. But now with work and girlfriend demanding time, it's
yeah, getting more serious now, getting more grown up now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Well, that kind of helps that my girlfriend is also a gamer, so it helps somewhat, but not as invested into it.
And I also say, like, when you get older, you also get slow as fuck. Like,
yeah, definitely.
You just get destroyed, you know. It's like,
I used to be supreme on CS:GO, and now I'm just Nova 3 apparently, because the rankings suck on CS:GO.
Yeah.
It's not me, it's definitely the game.
Yeah, it's definitely, yeah, of course. Yeah, but there's all the, like, these 14-year-olds that just destroy you. It's like, yeah.
What is girlfriend? I didn't know that either since 4 years ago.
Oh no, he's not single. Oh, disappointment. My favorite YouTuber is not single. Oh no.
Oh boy. If we do
yeah,
games, golf with your friend. Yeah, I mean it's more a casual game.
Maybe we can stream and golf with friends with just everybody joining, and that will be pretty great. Yeah.
Yeah, the more casual games, and not like the diehard, or you have to invest a lot of time into it, and then like some people are just always ass in the game, then some people are always on the top of the game. That's just no fun. You want it to be equal, and I guess games like Fall Guys would be like a game for that too, or any of those games.
Yeah. We are kind of experimenting, or at least like Eric is, with like doing more games with Discord. And I think that's also kind of figuring out like what games do and don't work, because I think they also did I think they did Fall Guys before, which was pretty fun to do with everybody.
Yeah.
But then last time they played Apex or Valorant or something like
Apex,
that.
yeah.
And then it was just like some people are just too good and
Yeah.
they just destroy everybody.
Also, never
So
playing Apex, you get in the games like, what to do?
Yeah.
Is this weapon
Yeah.
good? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, Rocket League is also the same, right? Because we actually
definitely.
played Rocket League with people in the community before, and then it's like you just get destroyed.
I have played Rocket League, and I am now I'm probably ass at it, but I used to be diamond, which is not the highest, but it's okay for me. The best I can do. But yeah, and Halo Infinite, never tried it. My brothers actually tried Halo Infinite, but I'm actually, maybe I'll try.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Myself.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Watching Excel sheets.
Oh, Excel sheet, the Excel sheet tournament.
Well, Animal Crossing, that is actually a good idea. I do like that.
Animal Crossing. But that's for the Switch,
Makes
isn't it?
Keyboard for pro esports players. Surprise the community as pro players. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's always somehow you always have an expectation. Okay, like we can do this. I mean,
yeah, it's gonna be fun.
We play occasionally like FPS games. I'm decent at it, you know. It's gonna be okay. It's like, and then we get like instantly annihilated in the first fucking 50 minutes. Like, could have expected it, but hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think there are no more questions really popping up anymore. If you have any questions leave them behind now. Gotta go quick because I think we will be about to round it up.
Yes. Shout out to Banana Pro, guys. Yeah. We'll wait for. I saw somebody else mention Batahu using the keyboard, and like, of course, like these people are on a whole different level, but just like we haven't really a lot of companies, they need to kind of pay these players to play with their products, you know. And for like so many CS:GO pros, they just kind of go like, hey, we want to play with this keyboard. That's pretty wild. And it's also good that people, because like it has been going on for a long time. Zywood has actually been using the 6CT for at least half a year now, and it's really cool that people also start to notice, because Simon knows a lot more about this than I do. But there's also, I think, like the NA team, Liquid team, pretty much all use 6CTs now. Yeah. And some people don't even know. Like some people just kind of bought it. Like imagine, I think Zywood even
most of the pro players actually bought it. It's like what we offer pro players is usually just free shipping and 10% discount.
Right.
But I mean, there's,
you
like
you don't offer Zywood a 10% discount, right? That's kind of.
It's just still a small amount. Probably the 10% discount, they wouldn't care. It's mostly just to get it shipped early. That's mostly why they probably would want it.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, like you said, like a lot of the companies will actually have to pay the pro players to play with them, and they still actually pay us to get a keyboard, and they know it's going to be worth it. That's, I mean, the crazy thing about it.
Yeah. I was talking with my parents about this one time, and they don't really understand esports as much, right? So I told them, like, imagine you watch television, you watch TV, and like you see Messi, and Messi is using your shoe. That's kind of how it feels like, right? It's like, okay, this like he's playing with the Wooting shoe. And then all of a sudden it got kind of clicked for them. Where it's like, oh, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Do you guys consider sponsoring any pro teams, like sending bots over to name on it sponsors? I mean, we have a lot. I still have a lot of meetings still coming up. Well, a lot is a bit exaggerating. But I have several meetings still coming up with pro teams, discussing maybe what they can over. I don't think it's. Don't believe it's like the top of the top teams, but the thing is, like, usually it's really difficult to sponsor esports teams, as a lot of teams it's just like, oh, you get a logo on the shirt, and then it's like, okay, but like the let's say the how you say it, the ROA, the return on invest, no, ROI,
ROI,
yeah. The return on investment on esports is really small compared to actually sponsoring YouTubers and stuff.
That's true, yeah. And it's also very hard to measure.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to measure, and probably you don't get a lot of engagement out of it. Of course, if you're gonna be like the top of the top teams who actually win, of course you're gonna get a lot of those. But if a team ends up being 4th spot, which is still freaking good. I mean, they played hours and hours, days and days, whatever, and invest time into it. But it's like those fall off really quick. So you want to actually sponsor the top, but those are expensive as heck. But then, yeah, it's kind of finding a balance with it. And personally, I cannot really find it now with the pro teams. And as of now, we're actually still in the stadium of the pre-orders, so we don't have to spend a shitload of money into it just yet.
Yeah.
I mean, once it all grows out, we might actually consider it, but for now, yeah, it's just the ROI is just not good enough.
Yeah, and also something we also kind of learned and we don't really fully understand yet is that there's usually also like management companies in between, and you don't want to deal with those companies. Like, it's such a pain in the ass. Just bought the 60C. Ayo! Thank you so much.
It's sponsored Tens, GG. I mean, Tens also already has our keyboard, and actually he's actively using it. That's the thing also as well, like a lot of pro players, they already use our keyboards, whereas normal companies had to sponsor it, they actually use it already because they think it's already a good keyboard. So then it's like, oh, we don't have to do a whole lot much anymore.
It's a little bit crazy sometimes, but it also kind of feels like also what you said, where it's like, okay, our keyboards are kind of like, but it's hard to kind of know what to focus on, and it just kind of feels like this whole pro player thing, it's just too much hassle. Probably not, maybe worth it over time, but not worth it for now.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
I guess we can call it a day, right? So some questions. Yeah,
the first thing you can also try to, if the marketing form doesn't work for some reason, you can also send us a message on Twitter, and that will just arrive at the same place, because our system is integrated with Twitter and email and everything in one.
I did try it yesterday, it seemed to work, but then can check it out. Yeah, email to social.
Or email, just regularly email, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna end up there anyway, so.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, for the delivery date, I wanted to address that for the last thing. The delivery date is going to be in August, as far as we know.
Yes.
It's also stated.
Just check the website.
Yeah.
Check the website when you order.
Oh, late July. Late July. It's stock expected. Then it has.
But then it still needs to ship to your door,
yeah.
so just assume August.
Yeah. Just assume August. That's for the safest bet. Yeah. Yeah, I think.
And don't clip us in August when.
1 August. Hey, where is my board?
You promised.
Yeah. God damn, Jeroen always lying. Or saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that we'll just run it up for today. Of course, if you guys are still wondering about a few things, just leave them at our Twitter and we might answer on it, or just send a message on our social@wooting.io. That's also fine. Why is Sender so cool?
That's a good question.
You know who I am, man.
Just natural, man.
I'm just a natural cool guy, my guy.
Right.
Yes. All right. So everybody, thank you for watching. Also, thank you for the subscription, the Fun Snatcher, and see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Goodbye.